don't want to be talking like bad things.
Now you can hear it.
Now you can hear it.
Yeah, now you're unmuted. Now you can hear it. Yeah.
So
Don't
that's
talk
good.
bad things like
Can't say bad things like that.
bad things like that.
Yeah, that's like we're looking for a defamation lawsuit there.
Good thing the mics were muted.
Yep. Well, at least it's all on the internet, so it's all true, right?
That's
That's
true.
how it works.
It's only the internet. I mean, come on. Who cares?
Yeah.
I feel like my stuff got changed over. There we go.
Yep. I had to bring all the Pat's gear out. Represent.
The cool thing is you can. Well, yeah, I guess when you look down a little bit, you can see it on your hat. But otherwise,
Look down a little. Patriots. Right here.
now Mike Boswell, your senior pastor, gave you that shirt, right? Mm-hmm. Which is a big deal.
It is a big deal
Because he is not a Pats fan.
Not at all. Yeah, he is a 49er fan. And now I have one player on my team who has just as many Super Bowls as his entire team's history. So it must have taken quite a bit to buy me this shirt.
It must have.
And when I posted it online, our mutual friend who's the youth, I don't know if he's the youth pastor or youth director. I think he's the youth pastor for Shiloh Foursquare Church over in Idaho Falls.
Yeah.
He was like, he must really love you.
Yes, he must.
Yep, true. It is true.
It is true. He's a cool guy.
He is. And I just found out that the nickname that he got at camp many years ago that everyone at camp calls him and has basically...
Is this Mike or is this the other
this
guy?
is Mike.
Okay.
So Mike developed a nickname over time at camp, at summer camp.
Is it Wheezy?
No, it's Boz. He doesn't like it, and he didn't tell anyone until this year.
His name is Boswell.
Yep.
So,
Boswell.
I mean, it fits.
It fits perfectly.
Why is he not like Boz?
I don't know, but it made it home to Boise, and that's when he kind of like finally was like, listen, hey guys, it's not my favorite nickname. And I was like, well, that sucks because I like it.
Yeah. It's like, I'm sure Anthony, the first time I said Anthony, he's probably like, that's not going to be my favorite nickname.
I laugh.
It's stuck.
It doesn't bother me at all.
Do people still call you that at church?
Not really. I get it I get it occasionally. Yeah.
I've tried to make it really stick.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. It doesn't bother me. Not at all.
And I try to make Boswell Boz thee well.
Boz thee well. It's really funny because Matt always calls him Father Boswell.
Father Boswell. We should totally get him like a white collar.
Yeah. That's so the opposite of him.
It is.
He's coming to
He
church.
shows up in a t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm going to talk about Jesus with y'all.
Exactly.
And
rocking like either like some form of Captain America shirts.
Yep.
Or it's going to be 49er gear. It's going to be superhero Marvel related or 49ers. Yeah.
Which I don't like. I'm not a football fan, so that doesn't do anything for me. It always bothers me when I show up to a church and they're like, oh, we're going to talk about Boise State today. And I'm like, kill me now.
Boise, you mean that Boise State's not blessed by Jesus? Like it's not... I thought there was a verse somewhere. Isn't there?
Well, bless your heart.
Yeah. You would think so living here.
No kidding.
It's pretty bad.
It is. It's like, I don't care about what happened to Boise State because I'm pretty sure it's not in the Bible. Like,
Kellen Moore is in the Bible, okay?
Kellen Moore's. You know what else let's go on the rant. We're on the pre-show. Let's just rant this for a second. You know what else drives me bonkers when you walk into a church?
What?
When they start preaching and their preaching is about their doctrine rather than the Bible itself. And they want to sit there and start bashing other belief systems. Not like they're not Christianity, but like they consider themselves Christianity, but they're not us. So therefore they're burning in hell. And that bothers me.
Yeah.
That really grinds my gears.
Yeah, me too.
That really... Here, I'll look at the screen so somebody can screen capture this. You know what really grinds my gears?
That reminds me of Ollie from Family Guy. How's the weather out there, Ollie? It's gonna rain!
Rain!
I love that. But yeah, Peter Griffin.
Yeah. Come here, paper boy.
What's that, Herbert?
You got a nice paper there for me, paper boy, right?
I can't remember.
Come on, paper boy.
I can't remember his name. What's his name? It's Herbert. Herbert the pervert.
Something like that. Dude, I don't know. The old guy. The old shaky.
Yeah.
Hello, paper boy. I like that, paper boy.
Oh, that show's fantastic. There's so many good. Probably my favorite scene from that show is when Peter buys Meg a tank. Do you remember that episode? No. So he goes down to the used car dealership and he buys her a tank. And so they're like driving through town, and then Joe ends up in front of them somehow. The cop who's
the wheelchair.
The wheel. Yeah. And so he's like riding, and then he like tries to turn and get out of the way, and then he jumps out of his wheelchair, and then Peter Griffin runs over his legs.
No way.
Right, but he's paralyzed, so he can't feel it. But he's like, oh, he's like screaming on the ground, and then Peter goes, "Hey, Joe, you look like a half-used toothpaste."
Oh my gosh, no.
One of my favorite scenes. That's the best.
I love it because, like, okay, so when I was young, I was stupid and I trusted cousins. Any young people listening to the podcast, let me let you know something smart right now. Don't listen to your cousins.
Yeah, that's bad.
So, 4th of July, we go out of town. They're chucking firecrackers. And we're like, oh, that's so cool. I would like to chuck a firecracker too. And they're like, nah, let's give the youngin' a chopped fuse. Yeah, it blew up in my hand, so I have no feeling on the inside of my hand.
Nice.
and because it completely killed the nerve ending, so I can't feel the inside. And so we're in here with all the kids. I'm like, yeah, I can't feel this. Just go ahead, smack it as hard as you want. So they're sitting there beating on it as hard as they can. And I wait for one kid. I had friends over, and I waited for one of the girls to slap my hand. And as soon as it hits, ow, 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 and she freaks out. I'm like, just kidding. It's like the Mr. Deeds moment, you know, like stabs him in the foot. Nah, I'm nothing messing with you. I can't feel nothing.
Yeah. I haven't seen that movie in forever. That's awesome.
All right. Let's. Oh, dude, it's been 10 minutes of pre-show. We should probably start this.
Yeah, let's start it.
Let's just start it.
Which ones am I reading?
Why don't you announce 1 and 3, and then you do the 2 you found. You can do 2 and 3, and I'll
announce and read, or you want me to read 1 and 3?
Announce 1 and 3,
and then read 2 and 3.
Yeah, and then read 2 and 3.
All right.
Does that work?
Yeah.
All right. Let's start this puppy. Maybe this buttons didn't work.
I almost forget how this goes.
I know the buttons.
This could be interesting.
Here we go. On this episode of Classless Chat,
Jesus Shroom.
GoFundMe Toothbrush.
Toothbrush. Nightmare Before Christmas sequel is happening. Kinda.
Snakes.
Here,
The live streaming stopped.
you can see the quality of our outdoor
We're good, we're up.
furnishings. Our lounge chairs are stout, and so is the ale. This week, when you buy a new patio swing, we'll help you swing even more when we throw in a keg of our finest brew. That's right, at Patio O'Malley's, only the finest patio furniture will do. No potatoes here. That's right, no potato. Take a swing at our leprechaun pinata. One smack with Patty's shillelagh and win 50% off your purchase.
50%.
You'll find us downtown Boise. Call 208-555-5555. That's right, Patio O'Malley's Patio Furniture, Emporium and Pub. You'll find the luck here today.
Oh, my
leprechauns
gosh.
were hurt in the making of this commercial.
We do. We need to make some new ones though, but these are good.
I love that one. That's so classic. I wish I could make that like my ringtone, but it's just too long.
I can do it.
Can you?
Pick a spot. Pick 30 seconds. What do you want to have in there, and I'll make it. All right.
yeah,
Well,
we'll
we're
find it.
back. We are here. Antony is back in his house. I'm not. I'm
His
too
house?
white.
Yeah, me too. That's okay.
I'm too white for this.
I try.
I looked in a mirror. I realized it. It's all right.
Who's Cody Del Caro?
That one dude. What's up, Cody? Cody
says,
Del
give us
Caro.
a
What's
shout
up,
out.
brother?
That's awesome.
Sup. I'm gonna say sup, dude. Here we go.
Sup, dude?
I'm doing this with swipe, and it's not working.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
like
so
swipe.
white that it doesn't even do sup for me.
That's
Gosh,
awesome.
dang.
That's awesome.
Gosh, dang. All right, so Anthony Buddy is back in the house. It's great. Friends watching on the YouTube. Hey guys, sorry, I don't know what happened, but it dropped live streaming for a second, but it's back.
Oh, I know who Cody is.
You know who I
Yeah,
am.
I know who
I
Cody
am
is.
Ant.
Yep, I know.
You got to
Holy
call
crap,
Ant
I
Honey.
feel famous. This guy's legit.
It's Ant Honey though, by the way. Cody.
That is Ant Honey. That's right. Yeah.
ANT-HONEY.com, patent pending.
Dude, yeah. Exactly. So
Like my geriatrics clue. Patent pending.
So I met Cody online, actually, through a Facebook group.
Okay.
And we're buddies now.
Nice.
And we've been chatting for almost 2 years online, just about stuff.
About your delectable meats?
No, it wasn't through that kind of Facebook group. Actually, it was through a video game, believe it or not.
Which one? Was it WoW?
No, it's Witcher 3.
Okay.
So we were a part of another group, and this guy was just didn't run it well. So then Cody was like, I'm out of here. We're starting another group. Who's coming? And I just went. And
You're
so,
like, I'll hop bandwagons.
yeah, so
I'll
I
do
hopped.
that.
Yeah, so we started this other group, and it went well for a little while, but the game's not quite, it's not as new as it was.
Right.
So it's kind of died off, but we have like 5 admins, and they're all over the world. It's
Nice.
me, Cody, he lives in Australia,
Hey.
Faye, who lives in Scotland.
Dude,
and-
Cody, what time is it over there, man?
Yeah, what time is it there? And then John, who lives in Canada, who's actually came down this way, and we've actually talked about meeting because he lives in Alberta.
Nice.
And then another guy, Jason, who lives in Florida.
Dude.
And, Yeah, so we all just met on there. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody right now, but it makes me feel really bad.
He says So I mean, it's o'clock. I mean, I don't know what that means. 11 a.m. Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's lunchtime ish.
Yeah,
we say ish here. So
ish. Yeah.
So I mean, were you guys the guys that put together the non-kosher WoW server that got taken down in like 5 minutes?
No. I don't even know if Cody plays PC games, but he plays a lot of PlayStation 4.
All right.
Yeah. So we were, we played. Well, we just talked Witcher 3, but we have a guy on our group who's like a legit Witcher 3 guru. I've never met anybody who knows more about it than him.
I've never played it.
Okay, so it's definitely rated R, and in some cases, I would say it's rated X. So you just have to...
So it's like Duke Nukem 3D when that first came out. Everybody, you got to the strip club scene, and there were two types of people. You got the blinders.
Yeah.
And the other guys are like, if I stare at it long enough, it won't be pixelated.
Yeah, there's actually some pretty bad stuff in that game, but the storyline is incredible, and it's easily the best, by far the best. The delay.
Yeah, there's a huge delay.
There's a huge delay. But it's literally the best RPG I've ever played, by far. It's incredibly good. And they seamlessly threw the side quests into the main quest. So,
nice.
He used to play WoW. Cool. Yeah, we should. Nice. I'm on Zolgin, Cody.
I started it again, and then I realized they still want $15 a month. I'm out. Drew's cheap. No.
Cody, we'll talk later about this because maybe you could do a realm transfer. That would be cool. And then we could, or maybe I'm not going to actually.
We should start a GoFundMe for me. Like, let's get Drew back on WoW. Or not.
Yeah. It's a really, really fun game. Even now.
Embassy?
Yeah, that's John. John Ames. He's my token Canadian friend. Every time there's something Canadian.
We need Jason Bear on here. Then we can have somebody who's like in the UK, like almost in Scotland.
Yeah.
He's so close to Scotland, he might as well be. Like, he's the guy, he's the Uncle Rico. Like, I bet you I could throw that football across into Scotland.
That's awesome.
If I was in Scotland, I'd been having lightning bolts shooting out my arse.
Yeah. My favorite Scottish joke is this is the cleanest joke this guy's ever said, but it's Frankie Boyle, and he said,
oh, right.
He says, he goes, Scottish people are a little bit unaware or disillusioned about global warming because when it happens, we'll get to sit on the mountains and watch the British drown.
Yes. It's awesome.
I laughed so hard at that joke the first time I heard it.
More so RuneScape, but I don't know what that icon thing is.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's this.
Oh, okay. Hang loose?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I can't tell it on my
Cody's
phone.
legit. Cody's
you surf, dude?
Cody's a gangster. Faye, yeah. Faye is from Scotland. He's typing about Faye. Faye is really funny, man. She cracks me up, dude. She's really funny.
Faye is Scottish. Yeah, you just said it.
Yeah.
Faye is Scottish.
Yeah, she's Scottish. Yeah, she's awesome, dude. She cracks me up. Yeah, we all met through an online thing, and we actually have a group chat through Facebook, and I haven't checked it in forever, so I need to get on there. I turned off the...
Dude, you should. You should be like, dude, we're live right now.
Yeah.
We're talking about you people.
Yeah, we're talking
Cody,
about you guys.
hook us up, brother.
I'll get on there right now. I'll bug him.
We're talking stupid crap on ClasslessChat. Why? Because
there's 15 unread messages, so it hasn't been that long since I've checked it out. We're talking about you gues on...
Use guys. You got to sound more Boston.
Yeah, use guys.
He's talking about use guys. I farted. I farted right in the sand.
I sent them a heart.
For those of you who don't know that reference, you can go back a few episodes.
Yeah. Yeah. So now we've ranted for quite some time.
It's fun. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? No, yeah, it's a good time.
I'd say who's listening, but there's somebody listening.
There is, yeah. How many other people? Is it just us?
I don't know.
Let's see.
Could be.
Yeah, well, now I've posted
Cody's getting his friends.
Oh, nice.
Now, so there was a cross-cultural Seinfeld reference today. And so everybody knows the Seinfeld reference of the dingo ate your baby.
Yes.
And so I'm out and I took the kids to the park today. There's a park in Meridian.
He said something's wrong with the volume.
Oh, no. It looks okay. I might just be off the mic. Here we go. Is that better?
Okay. Yeah, we'll wait for him to respond.
Yeah, we'll wait for him to respond. But I was up, took the kids to this park in Meridian, which is just a suburb of Boise.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, it's a water park. Like it's a park. So there's a playground and everything, but there's the water fountains and everything everywhere for the kids to go play through.
Which park is this?
Settlers.
Yeah, I've been there.
Great park. They do concerts and all sorts of stuff there. And we're out there and we're waiting. So some friends were coming and meeting us, but one of their little girls had a tutoring appointment today.
He said it's all good.
Awesome. Sorry. Yeah, I was just probably off the mic. So one of their little girls was had a tutoring appointment this morning. And so we're like, oh, we'll wait. We'll wait. Okay. And so we get down to the park at like noon. Like morons. It's 101 degrees outside today, and we get to the park at noon. And we're out there playing, and one of the girls who's with us she's Hispanic, and so her kids are all Hispanic.
Yeah.
And her mom starts texting her like, we're heading home. Are you guys at the park? She's like, yeah, we're out at the park. And I'm like, yeah, tell her we're like a bunch of gringos out at the park. And so she's like, Drew says we're like gringos out at the park. And her mom texts back, I love the lady. Oh my gosh, best text back ever. The gringo ate my baby. I'm like, yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. And I'm like, text her back. I ain't got a square to spare.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow.
The gringo ate my baby. I was like, no.
Oh, that's perfect.
I was like, that's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, we can be friends.
Yeah.
We can be friends.
Yeah, that's good. That's pretty funny. Man, I haven't seen that show in forever. I need to watch it again.
Okay, so funny thing there. I like Seinfeld's humor.
Yeah.
I can watch a stand-up. I can listen to a stand-up.
Yeah.
But Seinfeld, to me, the show, it's like watching The Office. I can't sit and watch the show, but I love the one-liner bits where it's just like, I want to just watch the YouTube of all the funny bits.
Yeah.
Now, my brother was obsessed with Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Shannon, my late wife, was obsessed with Seinfeld. I still have every stinking episode out there. I have all of them.
Wow.
I don't like the show. But because of those two, I have seen every episode like 6 times.
Oh my gosh.
So I know everything about the stupid show. And so I'll sit there and people will crack off lines because, they're good spots.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm sitting there and I'll be in the middle of a line somewhere and somebody's going on and something happens. Like we're in a golf shop. Is that a Titleist?
Yeah.
Is there a marine biologist in the house?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I saw it when I was pretty young the first time, and I haven't seen enough of it since, but I do like Seinfeld.
You're a little younger than I am, so yeah, you would have been young.
Not by much. How old are you?
32.
Yeah, we're only a year apart.
You're what, 28?
No. Get out of here. I'm 31.
I finally hit the 30s.
Yeah, 31.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm totally representing and embracing the dad bod.
You are?
Yep.
And I have ferrets.
Yeah, I love my shirts. Yeah.
Like you got the ferret fur.
Yeah. Yes, my ferrets are cool.
Your ferrets are cool. I like ferrets.
Me too.
Yeah.
I've always wanted them because I grew up with them. So.
Like an ocelot? Like you were just adopted by ferrets?
Yes. That would have been a cool upbringing.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so my kids right now, they're obsessed with Phineas and Ferb again.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
that
it's
show's
summer.
great.
We're just gonna binge watch Phineas and Ferb. And so they're doing Phineas and Ferb nonstop, and they're playing some game, and the girls are like, "Drew, the answer is cat," and I'm like, "Ocelot." No, it's cat, and I'm like, "Ocelot." No, it has to be a cat. An ocelot is a cat. Why can't you just say cat? Because it's a wild cat. Sure, it's a cat. I'm like, ocelot is a wild cat from South America. It's a jungle cat. They're like, where the crap do you come up with this? And I'm like, actually, that one was from Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah.
Which I love because, like, Heinz Doofenshmirtz was basic. Apparently, even though he was raised by his dad and was, like, forced to be the lawn gnome,
Yeah.
somehow was magically also raised by ocelots. He's from a UK style, like over in the European area country, but raised by ocelots, which are native to South America.
Yeah.
It's like, yep, that's awesome.
Yeah. That is awesome. That show's good. I haven't seen enough of it though. I need to see more of it.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I'm like out of the loop.
Your kids aren't old enough.
Nope, they're not.
You know your kids have hit the age when you walk down Walmart's main aisle and you see new Band-Aids with Nickelodeon characters that you've never seen before.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's brutal.
I don't know who that is. I don't know if I should be sad or ecstatic.
Yeah. Yeah. My knowledge right now is limited to SpongeBob, which even though it's for adults and kids, my kids love it.
Sure.
And that show's about to die, but that's okay. And then finally. Yeah. there's some definite adult jokes in that.
Oh yes,
in that
there
show
is. Yeah.
that you have to really pay attention to, like the episode when they're making fun of Texas, and then SpongeBob turns around and then waves his butt in the air and he goes, Texas. You'd have to like really pay attention.
Oh no.
But there's some there's some bad stuff in that show. But then like Yo Gabba Gabba.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
I remember when that first came out.
Yep. DJ Lance Rock.
I never understood why that caught on, but okay.
It's because it's created by the lead singer of the Aquabats.
Right, and to me, it felt like anime with a real guy and puppets. It's
Yeah.
like Jim Henson tries anime.
Yeah, it does have that kind of feel. That's
does.
true.
So, yeah.
I did like the show though. I thought it was good.
Okay.
And it was educational.
Ish.
And then have you seen the show The Storybots?
No.
Okay, there's a show on Netflix
This
right
must
now.
be new.
You should check it out. You know who Kevin Smith is?
Yes.
He's in the show sometimes.
This is a children's show?
And it's a children's
No
show.
way.
Yeah, and I think his name's like Super Amazing Awesome Guy or something. I don't know. It's really cool though.
I am the super amazing.
He's a
awesome guy.
superhero in the show. I'm like, Kevin Smith is a perfect superhero.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's a good
Silent Bob
Yeah, Silent Bob
is
a superhero.
superhero.
Yeah. So it's actually an okay show. It's very educational. They talk about like why is the sky blue and things like that. And
Oh
it's
my
actually
gosh.
what happened.
Oh, nothing. Keep going.
Oh, okay. Nothing.
No,
Just doing sound guy stuff over here.
Yeah, I keep clipping and I'm like, what's going on here? Somebody's twisted a knob.
Oh,
This is
man.
what happens when you have a studio in the house. The kids come in and turn knobs.
Oh, that's great.
So,
yeah, that's not good.
touch my stuff.
Seriously. No, but that show's
It's not a tumor.
that show was manageable for me to watch like the first 1,000 times I saw it. Now I've seen it.
I'm Kevin Smith. I think I could be okay with that.
Yeah, he's not in it enough.
Is he not?
No, and it's a cartoon, but he's in it enough. He's in it like a few times, and it's actually pretty funny. His like scenes, he's like running like very.
I think we should like, if Pat could do like cartoon drawing, but like action, like to make video cartoons.
Yeah.
We should like start a new series on cartoons that we wish they would bring back, and one that I wish would come back is an SNL skit.
Oh no.
The ambiguously gay duo. Do you remember that?
I can't remember who was in it.
I don't either, but dude, it's the two guys and one can fly and they're on top and they're like, yeah. And I mean, it was so bad.
Oh my gosh.
So bad.
Yeah, that is bad.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
All right. You know,
We should probably move on to stupid news at this point.
we've been doing it for 20. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good.
I mean, did anything? So you had a camp, and you did a camp, and you were sick, and now you're back. So we're good. We're happy you're back.
yeah, I'm happy to be back.
Pat's still down.
Yeah, I know. That really sucks.
He texted me today, and he's like, "I'm still off work. I'm still
man.
in a lot of pain," and they went ahead and scheduled an MRI.
Oh, no.
So we're not sure what happened.
Did something happen again?
I don't know.
He tweaked it or something?
I don't know. He overdid it at work, and so yeah. So we'll find out.
Okay.
So that's what's up there.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so I got, I burnt out. I overworked myself in June, and I'm okay admitting that. I just worked way too many hours and drove way too much.
I would say 80 hours a week on top of church stuff, on
Yeah.
top of family. It's too much.
So I wasn't myself anymore by the end of June and into July. And then I had, so my body just said, I'm done. And it was a series of unfortunate events. I had an asthma attack and had to drive myself to the hospital. Then immediately after that, I had like bilateral horrible joint pain every joint in my body, on both sides of my body.
Man.
And it was like, just like soreness and inflammation and achy and just not feeling good. And so then I went in and they thought, okay, well, this sounds like autoimmune. You need to take these tests and we need to find out if you have RA or lupus or something. I'm like freaking out.
Oh, geez. Did they ever find out?
No. So they tested me for a whole bunch of stuff. And then they said, we think that you overstressed yourself.
Yeah, think?
Yeah. So I said, well, that would make sense. And so, yeah, so that was the first indication that things were going badly. And then right after that, I smashed my hand really, really bad. And I thought I had broken bones, but I went in and I just had contusions on 2 of my metacarpals and a bunch of my carpal bones. And it was at that appointment that they told me that I need to take better care of my hand because I broke 2 of my metacarpals a long time ago, and one of them has a 30-degree turn in it, and they said that if it keeps getting worse, I'll have to have it rebroken. So they told me that based on my X-rays.
Well, it's like my knee, my bad knee.
Yeah.
When I hold my leg straight, it's not straight.
Yeah.
It bends outward.
Oh no. Yeah. So that was bad. Wow, that sounds horrible. I'm sorry, dude. Oh my gosh. And
like
so
it bends to the side, like it bends away from my body.
Oh no, yeah.
Like it's if your legs are like this, it bends out. If your legs are like this,
yeah,
it bends out.
Oh no. Yeah, and so then you know that I got like an upper respiratory infection,
right?
And then that became bronchitis. So I'm entering or ending the 4th week of horrible bronchitis, and I had to go to camp. And I did not want to cancel.
Did you sing?
I sang, and it was rough. But
how rough was it?
I was able to hit notes, but I had about half of the volume I would normally have, which I have a fairly powerful voice, and I can sing fairly well. And so I was able to sing. And I was very lucky. I had almost identical team from the year before. And so the rapport was there. We've played together. We get along very well. We have the same vision, the same purpose. It worked out really well. And Hannah Buell and Caitlin Boswell stepped up huge and sang a whole bunch of songs and really saved my butt up there.
We should tag them in this.
Yeah, we should.
We just plugged. We got tagged.
They're good. They're really good people. We got to hang out with 135 youth, middle school and high schoolers. There was a giant slip and slide.
I'd like to say nice, but at the same time, I want to say I'm sorry.
What about the?
I'm sorry. You had to hang out with a bunch of middle school and high schoolers. I'm so sorry.
It was a great time, actually, man. I love going. I just told Mike Boswell today that as long as I'm called to ministry at the Journey, that I will be at camp.
Nice.
Every year.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I'm very.
That's cool.
I love it. It's a great time. It's changes lives, man. It
does.
So much fun.
I loved camps. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was
a great time. So I got to do that. So yeah. So it was cool. So I was kind of not myself. And the first few days it was very apparent I was sick. The nurse came up to me on the 3rd day and she said, "You're looking so much better." And I was like, "Thank you." She's like, "Yeah, you looked really sick the first day you were here."
Oh,
And I
jeez.
was like, oh,
Thanks.
and I was doing like the total witch's brew. I was like chasing Advil and Dayquil with sips of Robitussin. I was like really sick. So I was taking like all kinds of crud, and then B12s,
Yep. Yep.
you know, zinc, blah, 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 blah. And then Boz was like, hey, try Zip Fizz. You know, he's like a,
Yep, he
I
is a Zip
swear,
Fizz guy.
yeah, he's a Zip Fizz guy.
He's a pusher.
Yeah, he is.
He's
like the drug dealer at camp.
You know,
hey kid, try this.
You know what I sell? I've got the stuff for you.
Yeah. Well, I had it one time with Alicia. We shared one bottle.
Okay.
We both got sick. Okay. So I was already sick, and I said, I can't get much worse than this. If it'll make me feel a little bit better, I'll try it.
Sure.
The first day I had 3.
Seriously. So it helped.
It brought me back up from the
Sure.
feeling down and not feeling well, and I was able to at least sing and play guitar.
Yeah.
And it was incredible time, man. The lead guitarist who comes up to camp, that dude's legit. Everyone on our team is good. Yeah.
Too legit to
Yeah.
quit.
We like jokingly we're talking about doing like a district thing within our denomination and doing like a retreat, learning some songs, and then getting a bunch of youth groups together in localized areas.
Dude, totally. You need to.
Yeah, it would be
That
really
stuff
cool.
needs to happen more often.
Yeah.
It just does.
It does. And we were thinking that would be really cool because we all have a heart for young people and we want to help
A
them.
ministerial plutonic heart for young people.
Exactly. Yes.
Not like a
Nothing weird.
yeah. Don't want to single out any groups, but not like a choir boy heart for
Yeah.
young people.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yes. Just want to make sure.
That'd be
it
bad.
is classless chat, but we have a standard.
We have, yeah,
We've
there's
got
at least
some standards.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. So what's going on in your life, man? I haven't seen you in like 3 weeks, it seems like.
Crap load.
Yeah, some of it you probably don't want to talk about.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about all of everything that's in my life. I'm working on this short film project. It's Outta Hollywood. It's a new Halloween short film thriller type thing. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's a monster, really short monster flick. I'm doing all the Foley work. All the extra sound effects.
Dude,
It's
that's
really
awesome.
cool. I had there was a part where a guy is being eaten in a car.
Nice.
And they've got like all of the monster sounds. Well, I mean, I had to like get in and make like the squishing for the organs and like the ripping of the flesh, and I had to do all this. So I've got all this stuff done, and they did a great job with the guy screaming and the monster growls and things like that to make that part of it. But I'm like, the car squeaking sucks. There's like nothing there.
Yeah.
And the car is like bouncing like they're madly, passionately in love. And
Oh no.
the car is like bouncing and there's no squeakage. And I'm like, that's not happening. And so I'm like hauling microphones out, cables, and I'm rolling it out to one of my cars.
Yeah.
And I'm like, kids, come with me. You're going to help. And I toss them in the back of the car and I'm like, just jump up now.
Nice.
And I'm positioning the mic in with like right where I've got like this little red Kia Rio, got this little Kia Rio, and one of the shocks squeaks. And so I'm like positioning it right where you can hear the squeak of the shock. And so I'm like jumping in there and they're jumping and I'm like bouncing on the back end of it. And so, I mean, I'm doing things like this. I've got the squishy sounds, all the things that you don't think about.
Yeah.
That, if you turn off the sound, the movie is fake. But if you add the sound, all of a sudden it seems real.
Yeah.
And I mean, things like the original Godzilla scream was the Iron Gate opening for the movie for the theater complex.
Yeah.
And I mean, things that you just wouldn't ever think of. And I mean, like they had a spot where the guy gets his shirt slashed. And so there was no sound for that. So I'm like in here in front of like multiple microphones, just ripping fabric. And they did a thing where monster claws come out and I'm like shinking knives in my hand and doing like 7 different things and layering all these textures in to get the sounds to work. And so, I mean, it's really fun.
Yeah.
You have to be super, super creative. Like, what can I do to add and make this happen? Like the monster transformations are like, we need to hear bone snapping. We need to hear this happening. We need to hear this. And I'm like, all right. And so I'm sitting here texturing like 4 or 5 different things to make it sound like all this stuff is happening. They're like, it sounds really good. It's got to be bigger. And I'm like, oh, I can do bigger. I can do bigger. You know, Tim Allen, the thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, so I was like, this is awesome. Yeah. And so it's been a lot of fun. It's been a great thing there.
That sounds so awesome.
Jay and I did break up. You know, life happens. It was mutual. Still sucks. Whatever.
Yeah.
Life goes on. And so kids and I have been going to a lot of parks and just playing and having a good time. We're almost done with summer. Summer, their school starts on the 14th. So we have like 2 weeks of summer left.
Yeah.
And I've been so busy this summer that I'm like trying to pack in all of summer vacation into like 2 or 3 weeks and just take them to do all this fun stuff because I've finally had to slow down and work.
Yeah.
And so just getting everything else done. Unfortunately, that means that the podcast suffered slightly, but that'll stop, people. I'm sorry. My bad. It'll come back to normal. You know, summer vacation. It always happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's his life.
Yep.
You know, should we do some news?
Sure.
Sure. All right, let's do it.
Here comes the stupid. News starts now.
That's right, people. If you just listen to the audio, you will never see me wave at the camera when Pat says, "Here comes the stupid."
Here comes the stupid.
Hi.
That's awesome. Oh, man.
All right. Jesus Shroom. I love it.
Oh, yeah. This is funny.
Mexican village dyslexia. Mexican village celebrates mushroom with image of Jesus on it. Because why wouldn't you? Usually, if you see Jesus on a mushroom, you'll suspect that the shrooms are psychedelic. That's not the case in this small town in Puebla?
Yep.
Puebla, Mexico, where locals swear they can clearly see Christ on a mushroom kept in a local church. Now, I'm looking at the picture. I see like a sun. It clearly looks like somebody has drawn on this because there's like a sun, there's letters on it, but
Yeah.
it looks like it's not a stick figure. Like there's like an olive and then a head and some arms and there's a cross and he's like crucified. It's like a crucified person. And surprisingly, he's wearing some kind of covering down there.
Yeah, there's something. I don't know.
You know, hey, people who look closely swear a groove in the shroom looks like Jesus on a cross, though you probably have to take it on faith because of this inconclusive photo. I see a sun and multiple letters S's of like the letters S and stuff on this. So there's,
Yeah.
I don't know. Legend has it that Jesus, the Jesus mushroom. Legend has it that the Jesus mushroom was found 137 years. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's what it says. Was found 137 years old by a lumberjack. Locals were reportedly so impressed they built the Iglesia del Hungugio
Yeah, I think so.
Church. I'm butchering it. Sorry, people. Church of the Tree Ear. On the site where it was found, according to the German news agency. Since 1880, locals have held annual festivals honoring the Jesus mushroom.
This is the weirdest news story we've had on here by far.
Quote, a nephew of mine, I'm guessing this is translated, but a nephew of mine had an accident and I prayed for him not to be taken away because he was in a very critical condition and was not likely to survive the surgery. Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
But thank God everything went well. Both times I asked, the little mushroom answered.
Okay.
All right. So,
Is it just me, or are all the weird food Jesus stories from Mexico? It's like Jesus on the tortillas and like Jesus on like a piece of bread. And
I don't know. Maybe. You know what? I want to find Crucifix Jesus the Cheeto.
yeah,
Because they have the Cheetos competition.
yeah,
I want to find Crucifix Cheeto.
That would probably top Harambe Cheeto.
Which we talked about
Yes,
on the
we
show.
did.
I love the meme that you sent me. It was like, oh, you love Harambe? Yeah, I'm sure you do. I bet you couldn't even name 5 of his songs.
Exactly.
It was so awesome. It was so awesome. Oh, dude. All right. What do you got? You got something good here?
Yeah. The next story's funny because I really think this guy's a tool, but whatever.
It could be a good tool. Tools are useful.
Yes.
Don't sue.
No. Yeah. So this is exactly what this guy wants is people to talk about him. So I'm actually playing into his dumb crap. But
of course.
So we called this article the GoFundMe Toothbrush. Someone started a GoFundMe to get LeVar Ball a toothbrush. Which is hilarious. And then the photo on the article.
The goal is $12.
Yeah. Which
somebody would have to donate the 15 to make it happen because of the like what they're taking out of it.
Oh my gosh, so funny.
That includes shipping and delivery.
Yeah, but so the photo on the article is him smiling, and he has like, not the whitest teeth ever. And then the crying Michael Jordan memes.
Oh my
everywhere.
gosh. Yes.
Someone took the photo and then they put a bunch of crying Michael Jordan faces and put them over his teeth.
Oh,
so his whole grin is just crying Michael Jordan.
Oh my gosh, dude, it is. I got to zoom in on it to see that. It totally is. You know what I thought it was? I thought it was coffee beans.
Coffee beans. Oh my gosh.
I thought somebody pasted coffee beans all over every single one of his teeth.
That's not right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So LeVar Ball has been a regular in the sports world and media since the beginning of the year, and he's only gotten more coverage as the months go on. Not really sure when he burst onto the scene, but as soon as he did, he was disliked by a few, and it's only gotten worse each time he opens his mouth. Which is 100% true. He recently said something about being able to beat Michael Jordan, and I just laughed and laughed and laughed. And I'm not even a big basketball fan, but I mean, come on.
I mean, what, baseball?
Yeah.
But I mean, who couldn't?
Exactly. Yeah.
Sorry,
seriously.
Michael.
Sorry.
If you want to come on the show, we'd be happy to have you.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
No baseball.
Yeah,
we won't talk about it.
I love that the goal is $12. That's hilarious.
That is awesome.
Yeah. And he's selling sneakers for like $250 a pair or something stupid, right? $275 a pair.
I don't know. It's ridiculous.
I would never buy anything from this guy. This guy's bad news. Did you see that he yelled at a female ref and basically said if the group, like the referees for this league that his son's in,
yeah,
he's the coach for their team. He's like, if you guys don't remove this ref, then we're gonna walk off the court.
No way.
Yeah. The guy is a total disaster.
That's horrible.
Yeah, he's not a good person at all.
That's horrible.
It really sucks. I wish that he would stop getting so much attention in the media, but whatever.
Hey, Cody just said, check your Facebook chat.
Check my Facebook chat.
That's what he just said.
Okay, I'll check it
He's
out.
on here.
Let me see.
See, we'll still talk about you, Cody. It's all good. No
Oh my gosh.
Is it blowing up? Is it like blowing up or something?
He sent it to me in our... He sent me the Jesus Cheeto.
Oh, there's a Jesus Cheeto?
There is.
No way. Let me see
Dude,
this.
look at this.
Oh, I wanted to find the Jesus Cheeto. Dang it.
That's awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, though.
Now I have nothing to live for.
Thanks, Cody.
Thanks, Cody.
Dude, so good.
Gosh, dang it.
That is hilarious. Then he sent something else. What did he say?
The Jesus Cheeto. So horrible.
He's so funny. That's awesome. Yeah, Cody's funny, man. I got to give it to him. That's awesome. I can't believe he found that.
Google's a wonderful tool. Do they use Google down under?
I'm sure.
Is that what you guys do? Is this Google? Did you find this with Google?
It's got to be Google.
Don't tell me you binged it. Don't you dare tell me you binged that.
That sounds like an Australian thing to do.
Or maybe did you ask Jeeves?
Oh, no.
Don't tell me you asked Jeeves. I love it because we're from Idaho, And I would legitimately be on chat rooms with people when I was a teenager. Because, you know, this was back in the day when chat rooms were cool. And I'd be on chat rooms. Put it up to the camera so people see this.
Oh my gosh, this is so funny.
That is awesome. But I'd be on chat rooms with people, and I'm like, I'm from Idaho. Do you guys even have electricity over there yet? And I'm like, well, we just got this new fandangled machine called an automobile. Man, that thing makes our horses look dumb. And they're like, oh, seriously? And I'm like, dude, I'm on a computer on the internet chatting with you.
Yeah.
Who's the dumb one?
Yeah, exactly. I do have to say, though, our internet here is horrible.
It could be better.
It could be a lot better.
It could be better.
Oh, man. It's not fun. Oh, man.
It's when you still walk up to the house and you're like, what? Why is your internet so slow? I don't know, man. I don't know. I got it and it's high speed. And I'm like, this is not high speed.
No.
And you look at it and you're like, you're pulling 1.5 meg. Have you not upgraded this since like you first bought it? No.
Yeah, it's not good, dude.
But I still got this great rate. It only cost me $75 a month. And I'm like, shoot me now.
Yeah.
Shoot me now, Cletus.
It bugs me because I play a game online sometimes that came out in like 2001.
Yeah.
I'm still playing it, CounterStrike Source. I should be getting like no lag at all.
Right.
The game came out, 16 years ago?
Yep.
I'm still playing this game. I have over 2,000 hours logged on it, which is sad.
Let's see. What could you have done?
I could have worked for a year somewhere. That's not good. It's way too many hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's how many hours I've played that game. So I play online a lot and like in the late evenings after my kids go to bed. But I have horrible lag. And I have good internet. I pay for decent internet here.
I mean, I wonder if it's on the server though, because it's so old.
No, I play on so many servers. My latency is like really high, and it's just because the internet here sucks.
What internet are you using?
Well, at my house right now, I have CenturyLink.
That's your problem.
That's part of my problem.
That's your problem.
But Cable One's service is crappy.
Now, I will say, I know people who have had tons of issues with Cable One. I have business class Cable One.
Yeah.
And I have been happier with that than anything ever. There is no clocking. I can use as much of it as I want, and they never clock you because you're a business. I have issues with it. They come out and fix it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I can call them at 3 a.m. on a Sunday.
Yeah.
They will come out.
Yeah.
I mean, it has been spectacular. Now, I had a router die. The router was actually part of the reasons why we were having some issues dropping. I don't know. Man, I don't know. Maybe I am having some issues because I'm showing some issues on
Are you losing?
OBS. I don't know. I mean, it's still streaming.
Oh, okay.
But it's flashing red and orange and tangerine and yellow, and I don't know what's going on. It's usually green. We're dropping some frames, and I'm not exactly sure why. So I might have to do some reports on that to find out. So if we start glitching up a little bit, which it looks like we're frozen here. So you know what? I'm gonna stop it and I'm gonna restart that. No, it's green.
Okay.
It's green now.
Weird.
I'm gonna just keep watching that. Yeah, I don't know. As we're talking about crappy internet, and
well, I
there it is. It clicked back up. It's been fine. I've been having some issues with here and there, but it's been overall. I've actually been really happy with it. So
really, I have business class over at the office, obviously.
Yeah,
and it's not bad, but I just I've had a couple of bad experiences, but actually CenturyLink's been worse customer service wise.
Yes, CenturyLink. So it used to be Quest, and I worked for the Quest call center.
Yeah.
And as soon as CenturyLink took it over, I mean, like everything went downhill.
Yeah.
And they don't follow the same standards. They don't follow the same practices. They just don't care. Like, it is the mega corporation. It was like, even though Quest was not mom and pop, it was basically Walmart coming in and buying mom and pop and then taking it over.
Yeah, which makes sense.
There's 3,000 cash registers and only 2 of them are open.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's bad.
You know Walmart.
Yes.
I mean, we all try to avoid it and we all like bash it, but that's where we go.
I went there last week on Saturday to get stuff to go up to Lucky Peak.
Yeah.
and it was Saturday, and they had like 4 registers open, and Alicia and I were like, okay, so we can wait in a line of 8 or a line of 7, and you know it's not good when you go
or
up.
you can do the self-checkout.
Yeah, but you can't with certain items sometimes because it's a real pain.
I always do self-checkout.
Man.
And I mean, I don't care if I'm buying alcohol or whatever. I will wait until the very end to scan whatever it is that I'm going to have the person come over.
Yeah.
And I scan it, and it's beep-doo.
Yeah.
Come and make sure this person's 18 or 21 or whatever.
Yeah.
And they come over, and they push the button, and it's like, is this person obviously over the age of 40? And yes. And I'm like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's cool. I've gotten that before too. You know what's really funny is Alicia, when she turned 21, I was like, hey, you're 21 today. I was like, we should go down to Safeway. And we were living in California.
Okay.
And I'm like, and you should just get like, you know, I don't know, a 6-pack of something just because you're 21.
It doesn't matter. Whatever you want. Just do it.
So we went down there and she grabbed a 6-pack. She waits in line and they didn't card her.
Yeah. That happened to me when I turned 18. I went, what can you do?
Smoke
I bought lottery tickets.
Oh, you bought lottery tickets.
I bought lottery tickets and didn't get carded.
Yeah.
And then 21, we went out and went drinking, and I never got carded.
Yeah.
Well, never. The entire night.
I don't hardly ever get carded but even when I was underage. I walked into
If I shaved, I might get carded.
Yeah, probably me too. But I walked into one time, I was smoking cigarettes already when I was, I don't anymore, and I haven't for years.
Gasp.
I stopped smoking when I was 19. But when I was 17 years old, I was smoking cigarettes. And I was a really ballsy teenager. I really was. I walked into a gas station. Yeah, I had like a I don't care attitude. So I walked into the gas station in Brentwood, California. And I won't say which one because they may be like, that would make people mad. But I walked in and I was 17. I was like probably like 6 weeks from 18.
Okay.
And I asked, I was like, all right, I'll take a pack of whatever.
Yeah.
And he sits on the counter and he goes, well, I need to see ID because I was obviously pretty young.
Yeah.
And I with all the balls in the world, I pulled out the ID and I handed it to him knowing that I was not 18.
Yeah.
And he looks at it and he looks back at me and he looks at it and he goes, close enough. And he gives it back to me and sells them to me. He's like,
close enough.
You had the balls to pull out the card.
You showed it to me.
I'll just sell them to you.
I'll just do it.
I was like, wow. And I walked out of there just laughing at 17, like, wow, I'm a really bad kid. But
close enough.
Close enough. That's what he said. Close enough.
Meh.
It's fine. Go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. So I was I was up at we have a cabin in a small town called Yellow Pine. And mind you, Yellow Pine is the type of town where there's a gas station that's associated with the convenience store, the store, right? The town store.
Yeah.
Like the town store is a C-store.
Nice.
And it's a little tiny mining community out of Stibnite, and which is a mineral for people who are wondering what that is.
I was wondering. Being honest.
Okay. And it's a type of rock.
It's a type of rock. All right.
And anyway, so it's a little tiny mining community that has a C-store that has a gas pump and some grocery type stuff in it. And then there's 4 bars.
4 bars.
There's 4 bars. And so I was up there with my grandma. I would always spend my summers up there. And I remember being 11 or 12 or something like that and spending like one of my last summers up there, right? I'm like, I know I'm going to start working soon. I'm not going to be able to be up here all that often. And so I'm up there, and you'd always go down and you go down to the corner bar. And that's where everybody hung out. The town was 25 people, except for when the festival came on. What's up, Jim? Jim Foo's on. Hey, Jimmy.
Sweet.
And then it would explode, and it would go from 25-ish people to like over 2,500 people for a weekend during this festival.
Yeah.
And we're down there, and everybody knows everybody, and I'm 12. I'm very obviously 12.
Yeah.
And I go up to the bar, and I'm like, hey, my grandma wants a couple Bud Lights. Okay. Here you go.
Here you go.
Thanks, man.
Oh, my God.
That was karaoke night. Guess who sung karaoke?
You did?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I remember.
Not that I condone this.
no,
Karaoke is a problem.
No. Underage drinking is a problem.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
That's what you meant.
That's totally what I meant.
Yeah. Yep. I remember my first. I think I was like 13 when I did a very similar thing to that, except I didn't stop and I kept going until I threw up.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was bad.
I gotta say sup Jim on the thingy.
Jim is legit. I was kind of wondering where Jim was.
Okay, so Jim. Oh, I hit a button. Why did I do that? I'm an idiot. I hit buttons. No, Jim's cool, dude. I love Jim. So he's.
Well, you have to say that because he's a black belt.
My favorite thing in the world is showing up at the dojo and having him face and talking to somebody, and I kick him in the butt just so that I can say I kicked a black belt's butt today. And,
that's awesome.
And no, I mean, poor Jim. It's been one of those situations. His dad's been sick. His mother-in-law is living with them because she's not well, and all of a sudden, the owners of the house that they're renting decided to up and sell it and try to force him to move in 24 hours. It's like, sorry, state law is like 3 months.
Wow.
And so it's like, you can't do that. No. And so they've been looking for a place to live. And so Jim, life has hit Jim in the face right now.
Have Jim message me because my boss has a lot of rentals.
Oh, cool. Jim.
So I can probably help him out.
Hey, Jim, message Aunt Honey at 1-800-AUNT-HONEY-SUCKS.com.
Find me on Facebook. I'm on there.
Jim's on Facebook.
Yeah.
You're on Facebook, right? Yeah, you're on Facebook. Anthony Minicello.
Yeah, find me on there.
MINICHIELLO.
Yeah, there's an extra I in there.
IELLO.
And the H isn't supposed to be there either. But whatever.
Is there an H?
Yeah, there is. But it's not supposed to be there originally.
Wouldn't it have been
when they came, they messed it all up.
Wouldn't it have been Minicello?
No, the C has that sound in Italian.
Oh, okay, that's true.
Yeah.
So you know what's, speaking of funniness in languages.
Yeah.
It's not funny in languages. I just think it's humorous with names. My mom, oh, but that's a hot. She went from her maiden name. Okay. So women, for some reason, always want, like, it's a thing like either they want the guy with the common last name so they blend in with the crowd, or they want the most obscure last name imaginable.
Yeah.
And they will hyphen
and
for
they'll
it.
hyphen it, yeah.
They will hyphen for it.
Yeah.
And my mom went from Postian to Brown.
Yeah.
And now to Jones. My stepsister went from Jones to some other stuff and is currently a Smith. So our family, we've got Jones, Brown, and Smith.
Nice. My wife went from an arguably really cool last name to blah, 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 blah.
I want to know. I want to know something. Hold on.
Yeah.
You'll finish that. I'll finish this.
No, I just went to she went to mine, which is like, it's like a chore at the DMV. It's horrible.
I love going to places and they're like, all right, and what's your last name? Brown.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yep.
What's your first name? Drew.
Yep. That's easy.
How do you spell that? It's like you drew a picture with a brown crayon.
Let's just make it simple here.
Like, it's got to be hard. No.
You know what's awesome is my last name's longer than your name. Your whole name. Well, what's your middle name?
Alan.
Alan, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right here in front of my face. I should know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen my card?
My poor daughter's full name is ridiculously long.
Let's hear it.
It's Cadence Dawn Danielle Minicello.
You doubled the middle name?
Yeah, so
now it's a DAWN?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that came from so this is kind of a sad story, so sorry to bring it down, but my wife's little sister, she passed away of SIDS.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so when my wife was very little, her baby sister Dawn Danielle, she died of SIDS at like 3 weeks old.
That is honorable. I like that. That's a good reason to do that.
Yeah. So we were giving her a namesake.
Yes.
And so we did that. And then my son has 4 names also. So his name is Elijah Levi Anthony Minicello.
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad. And then but then my daughter, my middle child, who's she's probably going to think like we don't love her as much or something because she has just a normal name and it's just Aria Michelle.
But Arya's not that normal. It's not that common.
No, it's not that common. Actually, none of my kids' names are all that common.
That's
Elijah's more common.
Yep.
But Cadence is very uncommon.
Cadence is uncommon.
Yeah.
So, Cody, I'm going to pick on you for a second. So, hit us up here again. So, like, here in the States, common last names are like Brown, Jones, and Smith.
Yeah.
Now, I know that from history, being someone who likes history, that Australia was originally an English colony and kind of like a prison colony. It was weird. It's a very weird way that
Don't mess up his history.
I know. But then you've got the Aboriginals and everything else going on. So what are like some of the common last names that you find down under? What do we have? Okay, so I live in the States and I know like Crocodile Dundee and Peter Furler, and I saw Peter Furler in concert and loved it. It was awesome. He's like, hello. He's like, good day. I'm Peter Furler. And he's like, but then you go to the States and the guys are all stuck up. And he's like, hello, I'm Peter Furler. Peter Furler. Peter Furler. Peter Furler. And I'm like, and I'm just laughing like, this guy's not even a comedian. And I just want to punch myself. It's great.
Yeah.
But what are some of the common last names that you guys have down there? Like, is Del Caro, is that a normal name down there?
Who knows?
I don't know.
We'll see. I just messaged him and told him that you're asking him
In
a question.
case he's not listening to the podcast anymore. He's too good for us.
Oh,
Which could be.
he says he can't be on the phone. But he will be soon.
I'm sorry.
Okay, well, maybe he'll get to answer before the show's over.
Well, that would be cool. If not, we'll do something on either Facebook or Patreon or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So we were supposed to watch the movie. I'm not going to play the movie track. Sorry. Anthony being out of town, Drew being a selfish loser, trying to, give his kids a summer vacation. We missed the movie. So this week's coming movie is still going to be Railroad Tigers with Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
So next week we should hopefully be discussing Railroad Tigers.
I'll watch it.
I'll watch it too.
Yeah,
I need to. It looks good. I really want to watch it. And honestly, it only feels like 2 days have happened since last Wednesday.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
And I'm like, where are the crowd? Seriously, I'm doing stuff today. I'm like, I'm a gringo out in the thing. And I'm sitting here going on and I'm like, da-da-da-da-da. Well, what's today? And I look at my phone and go, holy crap, it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, I have no idea.
There's no way. So, yeah.
Dude, I got home Friday and I blinked and it was Wednesday.
Yeah.
I was like, how did this happen?
And then I asked Anthony, I was like, dude, so you on for this week? And he's like, for you? Yeah. For Pat? No.
Did you tell Pat I said that?
I just did.
Yeah, I was totally kidding. I love you, Pat.
Yeah.
I think you're awesome. So I'm trying not to be.
Jim, did you rank these or did you just decide to toss numbers on the end of last names? We've got Smith and Wilson and Williams and Brown and Taylor and Jones and
I'm not seeing the live chat anymore.
Singa, Wang, Anderson, Lee, Thompson, Walker. Lee is on here twice. Chen, Patel. I don't know. Zhang, Martin, King, Harris, and Kumar. Wait, Kumar makes the list?
It should.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever truly met someone with the last name Kumar.
I think I have.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, in fact. I could pull out my high school yearbook. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
it's
right.
not that uncommon.
Maybe because we're in Idaho. I don't know.
It's got to be Idaho.
As my brother would tell me, you live in the backwoods of Idaho. Who knows what's going on there?
Well, dude, my name is not common at all. And when I tell people my name here, they look at me like I'm from another country.
So what's number one, Jim? You said Jim says he looked up and copied the top 20, but there's no number one. You got Smith as number 2, or is Smith 1? Oh, Smith would be 1. You just didn't put the 1. And 2 is Wilson, 3 is Williams, 4 is Brown. I got it. Okay.
So you're number 4.
I'm in the top 5, baby.
Yeah. So
you can't have a football team without 30 of us.
That's awesome. No, but my name.
How many Browns does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I don't know. How many, Drew?
I don't know.
Oh my god, that's bad.
We just move. No.
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the Browns are just taking over the world. That's awesome. I wonder. Hey, you guys should get together, have a meeting, all the Browns, and you guys should say, "Hey, we're gonna take over the Smiths."
Dude, okay. I think we already did. No, Smith is number one. We should.
Actually, you have no chance.
You know what?
There's so many Smiths.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here's the thing. I think I could convince them just by saying, you know how this happens. You know how much fun it would be? We could overthrow the Smiths and have fun at the same time.
Dude, you can't outpace the Mormons, okay? And there's so many Smiths who are Mormons.
We could try.
Nope.
Dude, I'm sorry. You know how many people are going to listen to this and be like, what the crap's a Mormon? What? In this area, sure. But this is like Mormonville.
No, I don't know.
I still know people who I talk to and they're like, I don't even know what a Mormon is.
No way.
Or like, I thought it was a myth.
Don't they have like
I thought it was like a liger
in their church now?
A lot.
Yeah.
But I know people are like, I thought it was a liger. Like, Napoleon Dynamite with John. It's like it's a mythical creature.
And that's like the most Mormon part of the entire state, Preston, Idaho.
It so is.
It so is. No, I have a ton of friends that are Mormon from California. Like one of my very good friends, his name's Jacob Spear. Fantastic trombone player.
I'm sure.
Good guy.
Yeah.
So I have a ton of Mormon friends.
I do too. I really do.
Yeah.
Jim's awesome. He's like, my last name is very uncommon. You think Kreftmeyer's not going to make the list? Come on. You've got some work to do, Jim. Come on.
It's funny because out on the East Coast in Massachusetts, in my hometown and areas around it, my name's super common to the point where there's like, if you go to the phone book and you open up to M, there's like 30 Anthony Minicellos.
Oh my gosh.
There's so
That's
many
insane.
just in like one town.
Now, Jim just added to that. He says, if you have my last name anywhere in the world, you're related to me, meaning to him.
That's probably true. It's probably true.
Is that good or bad?
It depends on who you're talking to. Probably. There's people who go, no, we don't know him. We don't know that guy.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's okay. Yeah, my last name's pretty common on the East Coast, but it's not common here at all.
So is farting in the sand.
That's right. Yeah. That guy, we're going to find that guy.
We're going to find that guy.
Yeah.
We need to start, you know what? Apparently people on Facebook like to share things that are like, I'm whatever. I have brown hair. Nobody loves me. I bet I can't get 10 million hits or likes on this picture. We should do that, but with the must find kid who farted in sand and told his mom, "Ma, I fart in the sand on this beach during this summer."
Yeah.
If that is
Beach.
If that is you,
19.
we must talk to you.
98. 1998. Nantasket Beach. Ma, I farted in the sand. Ma, I just farted, Ma.
Ma. I farted that in the sand.
Ma, I just farted, Ma. Just farted in the sand.
Gotta find him.
Me and my uncle were just dying.
We gotta find him.
Could not stop laughing at that kid.
This is gonna happen.
Yeah.
We're
and then
doing it.
we were eating fried clams later, just laughing.
This guy is probably the CEO of something by now.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
He's gotta be. He's gotta be. He's gonna look at us and be like, "What's up with you suckers? You should have fought it in the sand too."
That's my favorite. Honestly, I like.
That should be our ringtone.
Forget about Boston.
I'm gonna snip that out of this. I'm making that a ringtone. Like that might be my text message sound. Ma, I fought it right in the sand.
I can't stop laughing at that. This is my favorite, dude. This is my favorite beach of all time. I love this. I don't care. I've been to Hawaii. It doesn't touch this place. I love it. That's Nantasket Beach.
Oh, dude, that's really nice looking.
Yeah,
looks like a postcard though.
That's a postcard. I went for
and I could tell
very quick Google search.
I've never been to Hawaii. I've been to Nashville. I don't know if that counts.
Nashville's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
I loved Nashville.
Great music.
Yeah.
Dude, seriously, you could walk down the street and just walk by a bar and hear better music than most concerts that come through our town.
Absolutely.
It was insane. Like, I poked my head in on one of them, and the guy on the drums was playing this beat-up kit, and the cymbals were not only cracked, like, there were, like, 7-inch sections just completely torn out and chopped off of his cymbals. And I'm like, this guy rocks this thing better than any drummers I've known in years.
Yeah.
Now, I got to be careful, because I do know some people who are fantastically good drummers now. Then I didn't. I didn't know the guys then. And, like, one of my buddies, who you know, too, Fred Rock.
Yeah.
I mean, crap, he just got an endorsement deal from, I think, was it Soultone Cymbals? And he now has his own signature series line of cymbals.
Really? Wow. So he's legit.
Too legit to quit.
I knew he was legit, and I had heard about him from Mike. I have actually not met Fred Rock.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, I've not met him.
Dude, he's totally legit.
Although he got us hooked up with another drummer who was filling in sometimes.
Yeah. So he's the drummer for Cure for the Fall. He's the drummer for Midline, and he's now drumming with Emily Stanton. And he drummed for some like hair band. I wanted to say it's like a tribute thing, but it wasn't. It was like some guy's legitimate like album that he put together not too long ago, just a couple years ago. And it was like an Amazon release thing. And I mean, they had a whole documentary about the making of this album, and it ended up being like in the top 6 albums downloaded in Japan.
Whoa.
Like it was some big stuff, and I was pretty impressed. He's a great drummer. Awesome, like rock, like metal and rock drummer.
Yeah, that's awesome. I need to meet him.
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but good things.
He's cool.
Yeah.
You'd dig him.
That'd be cool.
I can dig it. You can dig it. We can dig it. All right.
We should move on to more news.
We should. We will watch that movie. It is on Netflix, and it is Railroad Tigers with Jackie Chan. It is subtitled.
If I'm honest, I haven't seen a Jackie Chan movie I didn't like.
I love Jackie Chan.
Yeah, me too. It should be good.
It would be like quoting Hackers. You know, like, oh, this is what I wanted. I wanted to have my baby. It's like when people approach you and like, if you didn't have a choice but to have a homosexual relation with somebody, and I'm like, you know, sadly, because of the sick personality that I don't know why, but I've had to force myself to have that thought because there's enough time, and I don't know why. Why does that come up in conversation? I don't know, but it has. And I'm like, okay, I'll think about this. And there's like 2 people, and it's like Sean Connery and Jackie Chan. If I had to, I'm like, those are probably the 2 I'd go for.
That's TMI, Drew. Although you're starting to give me flashbacks to that conversation I was having yesterday that went for 100 comments.
Oh my gosh, that was so bad. I watched that and I was like, what just happened? It's like you're totally complimenting and being like as nice. You are flat being nice. And all of a sudden you get bashed. And you turn into this. It doesn't matter how nice you are, how sincere you are, you're wrong.
Yeah. It was not just, it was like totally projecting.
It was,
I couldn't
so
handle
belittling.
that. And I kept saying, dude, no. And I let it go after a while. But
so you sent a friend request. Did he accept?
Yeah, he accepted it. And I said, maybe this will be a learning experience for both of us. I was trying to be nice about it, but
did you already block him?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
But yeah, you know, we're about as far apart politically as it gets.
Yeah.
And we have absolute incompatible worldviews. So it should be very interesting to see. But I have a couple friends who are like that, and I don't like. I'm not going to block people. So one of my very good friends who I met online, who I discuss politics with all the time, is about as far away from where I'm at politically, which is a lot of the country. I only agree with like maybe like 1% of the whole country.
Sure.
So I'm like in a really weird camp as it is, and I keep getting pushed further and further and further into
the camp,
like a very. Yeah, I'm like borderline into it. It's very strange. Camp.
You know what you should say next time that happens?
Yeah.
Next time, because they made the minority comment.
Yeah.
You should say, I am a libertarian. I am a minority too. You can't call me wrong because I too am a minority.
Well, and that's the thing. I don't even use that term of myself anymore because
you're not in that camp.
I'm not even really in that camp. Yeah. I'm actually like, I'm almost like borderline into ANCAP at this point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm very close.
All right.
I'm like the more I read, the further I get away. I think it's because I'm to the point where I'm almost thinking that it might be better to have a stateless society.
Wow.
So like I don't believe in anarchy because I think anarchy is a bad word for it. Because you can have laws.
Because there has to be something to root.
You can have structure and laws without a state. There's a possibility It's a very difficult thing to accomplish, and I am fully aware that it'll never happen.
I was gonna say, I mean, it's one of those things. It's on paper. It's like the socialism and the communism thing.
Yeah.
On paper, I think it looks beautiful. Unfortunately, in practice, once you introduce human nature, I don't know that it would work.
Yeah, I think my problem is that
because I mean, socialism and communism have proven time and time again
work.
that you add in the human nature. On paper, they're a beautiful thing.
yeah,
You add in human nature and greed, and because I mean that's the big complaint with everybody in that camp is the greed. The greed doesn't go away.
Yeah.
It's still there. And so you change that type of a society, and all of a sudden you're going to get the people in power who have the greed, and they're taking it from everyone else, and it crumbles. It does not work. You add in human nature, and it will fail every single time.
yeah. I think my problem is that I have this really weird belief that we are morally responsible for our vote. So if you vote for something and it goes horribly wrong, you are morally responsible for whatever happened.
I mean, I think to some degree. I mean, you can't foresee everything.
You can't foresee everything, but there's a disconnect there where people are like, well, whatever, and they just vote for whatever. You know, they don't even read the ballot.
Yeah, you
and
can't do that.
And I hate that.
I do too.
And so I've gone to a point where I'm actually to the point where I'm on the verge, and I have actually advocated.
That's what pisses me off when people are like, we should have a full-on democracy. I'm like, no. Because there is no way that everyone is going to know everything that's needed to be known about any of these topics, and it's just going to be flat majority rule, which means as long as New York City, Chicago, Illinois, Orlando, Florida, and Los Angeles voted in, it doesn't matter what the entire rest of the country says, it will fail or it will go in. Everyone else will die. And I mean, as much as people want to say the Civil War was caused by slavery, that was only a part of it. The reason why it was a big deal was because the North was making making laws, and the entire South voted against it, and it still passed.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have a voice. The type of system we have in place is to make sure that it is actually fair across the board.
Yeah, and I think,
does it suck sometimes?
Yeah.
Yes, it sucks hard sometimes.
Yeah.
But
we don't always get what we want.
We don't, but that doesn't mean that we like sit here and cry about it absolutely the whole time.
Yeah. I think I'm just
you and I are not happy with what happened this last presidential election.
No,
That's the thing is we're sitting here talking, and I can guarantee you people are like, these guys are so Republican.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, they're so right wing. We're not happy.
No.
We're kind of we're not kind of. We are totally pissed about this. We hate this.
Yeah, we're not happy about it. I mean, there's things going on that that bother me like all daily. And I think I'm just to the point where I'm like, the real issues, the things that really matter, people ignore. And that's why I'm to the point where I'm just like, you know what? I'm actually advocating at this stage that people stop participating, because a non-vote is a vote of no confidence.
It is.
And so if you don't vote, you're not responsible for it. And
then you can't complain.
No, you can't complain.
If you don't vote, you cannot complain.
No, you can't complain about it, yes. And then in the last election I voted, and I knew that my vote meant nothing.
Right.
Because I voted for neither of the clowns that were put up there.
Yep.
And I said, I'm not voting for this because I don't agree with this guy, and I definitely don't agree with this gal, and I'm not happy with the way the country's going. And I'm just like, and I'm putting it out there. NSA, you probably know this already, but I'm not, whatever.
Speaking now is Anthony Minicello.
Yeah, exactly. You already know. Okay, you're the NSA. I mean, I'm not like in favor of revolution or anything weird like that. I just think, it's going to crumble eventually.
Right.
I don't foresee things growing the way that we're going at this rate with the debt level and the things that are going on. I just don't want to be responsible for it. And I don't want to be responsible for drone strikes that kill people's grandmothers.
No.
And I don't want to be responsible for
And
any
I don't
of that.
want my kids to be responsible for it.
No, me neither.
I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the sad thing.
But how do you vote? I mean, in the last election, you voted. It would have been pro-war or pro-war. It would have been
in different ways, but
different ways, but the same.
Right.
You still have both sides are favoring regime change. Both sides mess around with everything they shouldn't.
Yep.
Drone strikes, unethical wars, unconstitutional wars,
Yes.
unconstitutional spending, tons and tons and tons of debt. And both sides, I looked at them and I said, on this side, you have a couple things that are different morally on this side than this side. And then this side thinks a little bit differently about how to spend the money. You got more bombs or things. And it's all spending.
It's all spending, and it's all the same.
I don't see a difference. I see socialism from the right and the left.
So here's the thing: and when I look at this, I'm looking at it, and I see the left is the new Socialist Party.
Yes.
And the right is the Democratic Party of the 90s.
I agree. That's what we're looking at.
We basically have Democrats or socialists, and the Republican Party is gone. And who was the true Republican Party is now squandered into either the Libertarians, the Constitutionalists, or any of the other 30 different underlings that are inside of that nobody's uniting underneath.
Yeah. Well, I don't even agree. I would say at this point in time, I don't even agree 50% with any of the Republicans. And I'm like 10% with Democrats.
Right.
And so I see them as Democrat and Democrat light.
Yeah, see, yes, absolutely.
That's what I've been seeing for a long time.
It totally is. And I mean, the thing is, I was having a conversation with somebody the other day about this, which is so funny because I try not to talk a lot of politics, which we don't talk a lot of politics
especially on the show.
But why not? We got time.
Well, now all these people are going to think I'm a psychopath, and they're going to be like, well, now we're not.
I don't know. Wasn't it you? Or we might actually
my roads.
We might get the fringe audience. It might be good. But I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and I'm like, because I was talking to somebody who leans very liberal, not very liberal, but they lean liberal.
Yeah.
And I lean conservative, and it's fine. I was like, we can have a discussion about this. We're not going to argue and bicker, but we can have a discussion. And I was like, here's the thing. The welfare and the social needs are great. And that is why most people who I talk to that are leaning liberal, they lean liberal for that, specifically for that. It is almost always for no other reason than that right there. And my argument to that is, and this is what I was discussing to that, is I think that the country and the state should be more fiscally responsible. I think we should be handling things internally more rather than externally. And we need to spend less, which means we have to have less people in places. Now, if that happens, that means that that social welfare system is going to have to go away a little bit. He said, Jim just says, well, you just offended me. Good.
Good. Now I'm going to assume your gender.
That's right.
Sorry.
That's awesome. But I was like, for that to happen, the churches are going to have to stop being so complacent, and they're going to have to step up and start assuming that role again.
Yes.
The thing is, back in the day, when everyone's like, oh, America, back in our heyday, when America was great. When America was great, the churches stepped up and people stepped up and took care of each other.
That's what the church does.
It was the community that helped and took care of people, not the government.
Yeah.
And it has turned so much to where the government started taking people, and when they did more of that, the churches and the community started doing less.
Yeah.
And so we have this big split, and if it's ever going to shift back, it has to shift back with the churches and the communities, which the communities are based on the church. The church has to step up and start showing people that they care enough to help support.
Yes, and it's true, and that's volunteerism.
Yes.
So if you believe in helping people,
do
it. Yeah, it's not.
Don't say I'm doing it with my taxes.
Yeah, no.
That is not volunteerism. You are not volunteering taxes.
No, that's taking.
You show up with your body and you help.
Yeah.
You show up and you give your money physically, extra, on top of your taxes.
Yeah,
you do more.
And you'd be surprised how much that help could actually alleviate some of those things.
Yes.
And then maybe you could keep more of your taxes, and then give more. It's like, it's this whole, that's the thing.
It's the mentality shift.
Yeah,
You've got to make the hard choice now for it to change and become easier in the future.
Yeah. I would much rather give, I think everybody could agree with this. Would you rather give voluntarily, or have the money taken at gunpoint? And people who say, oh, no, it's not. Taxes are voluntary. Stop paying your taxes and then write me a letter from jail about how voluntary they are.
Yeah.
I'm not advocating not paying taxes. I'm saying they're not voluntary. Pay them, but they're not voluntary.
Jim just says it's a good thing I'm in my chair, or AKA my safe space.
Nice. But no, and that's just how I feel. I just wish that the people who are so passionate about helping, which I am,
would just do it.
Just do it. Yeah.
Step up to the plate.
It takes people in communities
Yes.
to help. A bureaucrat in Washington cannot understand your needs.
No.
Ever.
No.
So
And that's the thing. And that is, okay, so for those of you who live in big urban areas that listen to this podcast and are listening to this saying, these guys are jokers, clowns, they don't understand what's going on. Yeah. Here's the deal. Yes, we're in a rural area. You're right. We don't necessarily... Anthony's going to have a better grasp on what works in big urban areas than I am because I've always been in this rural area. You're right. I don't know what you guys need to function because what you guys need is something that's different than what we need. But here's the deal. What works for you doesn't work here. Yeah. If we ran our cities and our counties and our towns and our states like you guys ran, we would explode.
Yeah.
There would be an upright revolt and everything would fall completely and totally apart. This is why we have the electoral college and the electoral system that we have is because you start seeing this go back and forth. And this is why it leans and it typically goes Republican, maybe for maybe 8 years, might go 2 terms, and then it swaps.
Yeah.
And then it swaps. And it's because it's somebody who leans and does more for rural community, and then the urban communities are going, this doesn't work for what we need, and then they get pissed off enough that they go in and they vote in, and it's bad because it's anger that's pushing this. It's not it's not we want to help our country. It's anger that's pushing this now. Yeah. And so they vote somebody in, and then the rest of the country feels screwed off, and so they want to get in and they get angry, and then they want to swap it back over. And I mean, if we want to see stuff change, we've got to, I think, focus more on our country for one, and 2, on our communities. We've got to focus on, if we want to help, we help ourselves. We help people by helping them ourselves. We don't expect the government to go and do it. If we want to see this change, we've got to do it ourselves.
Another thing we have to stop doing, and I think this is everybody, we need to stop judging policy on the intentions. We need to judge policy on the results.
Yeah.
And here's an example, a real world example, because I've lived in 2 metropolitan areas that were very big, the Boston area and the San Francisco Bay Area. And this is an anecdote, but it kind of counts for evidence. This is a problem. And I don't know how you solve the problem because I haven't thought this through entirely. But San Francisco had a major problem with injection type drugs.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
So in order to combat that problem, they started to give away needles because there was people who were getting diseases from sharing needles.
Yeah, which is a problem.
It's a huge problem. Well, so in order to help people, quote unquote, they give out all these needles all the time. And then, a lot of homeless people and people who are hurting and in really tough spots are turning to drugs, and they're using these drugs and they're injecting stuff and then leaving needles places. So I worked for a company, and I won't say the company, but I worked for a company who got a contract to go clean up
the needle,
literally clean up needles in San Francisco. And I spent weeks under overpasses and things like that, walking around with metal plated shoes and full body gear with like grabber bars to pick up trash. And I literally picked up thousands and thousands and thousands of needles over the course of weeks. And so I will just leave that to everyone to figure out, is that a success? I mean, it's sad.
Making it more illegal isn't doing anything, and it becomes a burden on people.
No,
I mean, that's the thing is, so many people want to sit there and complain, and there's such a hot debate on the marijuana thing. Yeah. For a long time, I actually sat there and said, and I was on the fringe for this area and for most of my friends. Think about the taxation that we could see on this. 1, you're not putting people in jail for pot. Yeah. And 2, think of the tax revenue. Yeah. That could fix so many things by just making it recreational and taxing the crap out of it. Yeah. Like they do with cigarettes and alcohol. The taxes on those are so incredibly high. People still do it.
Yep.
But you're making a crap load of money on it. And
I'm in decriminalization camp. So I'm not saying full legalize everything, but I'm saying like for marijuana, like I'm not interested in ever using it. So it becoming legal doesn't change anything for me.
But I know a lot of people who use it all the time, and it doesn't affect. And I mean, I know people who are high-end white collar, I know people who are hardworking blue collar
Yep.
do fantastic jobs. It does not affect what they're doing.
Nope.
Now, I don't want it. Now, on the flip side of that coin, I have a very good friend, well, who was a very good friend. We don't hardly talk at all anymore. But I had a very, very good friend who swore all he ever did was Mary Jane. All he did was marijuana. And it had to been cut with something. Like they were cutting something else, and then they used that to cut what he got.
Yeah.
And it blended, and he lost. He was more intelligent than I was, meaning IQ points. There's a difference between knowledge, being smarter, and having more IQ. He was more intelligent. He dropped so many IQ points that he's below average now.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, there is a flip side to the coin. Drugs are still drugs. And there are negative consequences to it.
Yeah.
But, at that point, it's do you let people have responsibility for their actions or what? And it's a really tough call.
It is. I mean, I think we're to a point right now, though, where people are going to do what they want to do, and prohibition doesn't work. We know this already.
Yeah, prohibition does not work, and it makes problems.
We need to just basically get past that and just say, hey, look, you know what?
Yeah.
We need to treat this as a healthcare issue and not a criminal issue.
Yep, absolutely.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at on it, and I've been there for a long time. And
same here.
Even back when when I came out of high school, I was a pretty staunch conservative, and I still was decriminalization at that point, even then. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But now I'm probably even more so.
Yeah,
same we should move on to more news.
Let's move on. Yeah, this has been a good jaunt.
Yeah,
It's been nice talk.
We had a nice talk. Yeah, sorry, we don't always talk politics, and
in fact, we typically never talk politics.
Yeah,
maybe we should do a politics show. Just the two of us. We can sit down and talk politics.
We could talk some philosophy and things.
Ooh, that'd be fun. We should do another podcast for that.
Yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, I mean, So if you have a question about any of my really weird beliefs, don't bother Drew. Just bug me.
You can. I mean, you can send them to classlesschat@gmail.com, and we can get Antony's information on that. Or you can hit him up on Facebook or Twitter. I mean, just do the Delectable Meats @DelectableMeats. Right?
Yeah, you can bug me on there.
So
I'm on Instagram. I'm on there. I'm on Facebook.
Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah, wherever you want to.
All of them are @DelectableMeats.
Yeah, that's right.
So, all right, you're still up, dude. So what's your next story?
Yeah. So. Nightmare Before Christmas sequel. Kinda. So this is a cool story. It's not a weird story, but it looks like Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas is finally getting a sequel. This is like clickbait central here. 25 years later. However,
I'd click that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I clicked it and read the story. I was like, oh yes, this would be so cool. As long as they don't ruin it. However, the follow-up to the 1993 stop-motion animated film isn't exactly what you think. So, yeah, that made me sad. So, according to
this article,
the upcoming Nightmare Before Christmas addendum won't be a film. It's going to be a comic book series, and it's going to be released next year from a manga publisher called Tokyo Pop.
You know what I don't like about this already? I have to read.
That's okay. No, have you read manga before?
No.
Okay, it's like a comic book.
Yeah, I still have to read.
There's not a lot of reading. It's not that much reading. It's a comic book. It's a lot of pictures.
You know what's funny is the guy who does audiobooks for a living complains about reading.
There's some irony there. Don't write books, people. Oh, wait, that hurts my business. Oh, that's funny. So anyways, it does give you a little warning. It's definitely Disney's been really pushing Tim Burton to do a sequel for years.
Oh, totally.
And he said no. No. Which I don't blame him.
No.
Exactly.
No. Hey.
So, and then they're also doing, I guess they're doing Zero's Journey. You remember the dog?
Oh, yeah. So
there'll be a new
A mini series or something for that?
Yeah, I think it's. Let me read this here. So I don't remember what it said about this, and now I feel like a dork.
It's getting hot in here.
Yeah, a little bit. So it's gonna be it's gonna be a black and white pocket size manga. So it's gonna be another comic.
It should be like the flip. Everyone should come with like a flip book where you and you get to see what happens.
But
no fast motion.
Go to. Oh man, they're gone. Never mind. I was about to tell you to go to Hastings, but they're long gone.
Thanks for bringing up that.
I know. I'm sorry. Oh, they were so cool. But no, there's a lot of cool manga. Like my favorite manga of all time is Great Teacher Onizuka.
Okay.
And it's a story of a gang member turned teacher, and it's awesome. It's one of the best. He's a motorcycle gang banger who becomes a teacher.
That's awesome.
And it's a really good manga and anime series.
That would be kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
So
you would love it, Drew.
Okay.
I own the DVDs, so I'll bring it to you.
I've never been a huge anime.
You will like this one. Okay, I'm not a huge anime fan. I like about 1% of all the anime I've ever seen.
Okay.
That one is one of my favorite shows of all time. Any show across the board.
Okay.
And it's definitely my favorite anime.
All right, I'll watch it.
Yeah, you should.
I'll watch it. My kids are starting to get into Pokemon stuff, so
they can't watch this.
Duh. I thought that was a given.
Okay, yeah. This one is definitely, they're not old enough for this.
Not kid approved.
Not at all, yeah. So, anyway.
Dad enjoyed not kid approved.
Yep.
All right, so snakes in a can.
This is awesome. I'm glad we saved this one for last.
I so do. It was a happy accident.
Yep.
This is totally a happy accident. Seriously, I read this and I'm like, yeah, it's like snakes on a plane. And then you said it and I'm like, yep, totally is. Totally is. So in Los Angeles, a Los Angeles man was arrested on Tuesday after federal prosecutors said he arranged to smuggle into the United States 3 live, highly venomous king cobra snakes hidden in a potato chips canister. So it's like a small Pringles can, but it's not Pringles. Rodrigo Franco, 34, was charged with illegally importing merchandise. King Cobras are merchandise. Merchandising. All right. Importing merchandise into the country in connection with a parcel from Hong Kong that was intercepted by U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Agents on March 2nd. Wait, March 2nd? We're just now hearing about this? Containing a 2-foot long snake concealed inside the canisters. Did he know?
I don't know.
I wonder if this was like he got screwed and they're like, we're going to put a snake in here.
Dude, that's crazy.
Oh my gosh. 3 albino, he had to know. 3 albino Chinese soft-shelled turtles were also found in the package. Prosecutors said, adding that Franco on that same day mailed a box to Hong Kong with 6 protected turtles inside. Yeah, he totally knew. According to a criminal complaint filed in the case, Franco admitted during the interview with authorities that he had previously received a total of 20 king cobras in 2 prior shipments. But all of those snakes had died in transit. Sure.
Yeah.
He faces a maximum of 20 years in prison if convicted, although federal sentencing guidelines typically call for less time behind bars. Weird. According to the National Geographic website, that's where we're sourcing. At least it's not Wikipedia.
Yep.
According to something that's a little bit more authoritative than Wikipedia, the king cobra, also known as Ophiofagus Hannah, I don't know, this technical term, is the longest venomous snake, reaching up to 18 feet or 5.5 meters in length. When confronted, king cobras can raise up to 1/3 of their bodies off the ground, flare out their head hoods, and emit a bone-chilling hiss before attacking. And below this, there's a one of the dare animal drug thingies. I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah. So I'm not quite sure why this guy went through so much trouble, because you can own venomous snakes. It's not illegal.
But can I own a koala?
I don't know. That's
I want
a good question.
Koala.
Yeah, this is really dumb.
What happened to Cody? Cody, send me a koala.
Yeah.
Legally send me a koala. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, seriously. No, but
I'm going to need some eucalyptus too.
I'm just like punching the mic tonight. Punch. I don't know why.
Pow. Right in the kisser.
Seriously.
To the moon, Ellis.
But there's actually there's a pet store that I used to go to, and I don't know if they're in business anymore, and I don't want to just like throw it out there. But there's a pet store out in Antioch, and now I'm going to give it away. Antioch, California, and they had all kinds of cool reptiles, like tons of cool reptiles.
Okay.
And they actually had albino rattlesnakes.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know if you have to have like some sort of license, I think, to breed them and to own them. But they had really cool reptiles.
Nice.
Yeah. So I actually have a corn snake that I bought there.
I've met this snake.
Yeah, she's pretty chill.
She didn't kill me, so that was good.
Yeah, she's getting old, man.
I'm like Indiana Jones. I don't like snakes.
Really?
Yeah.
I like snakes. They're all right.
I'm cool with whips, but I'm not liking snakes.
I like snakes that are chill. I had a gray band California king snake.
Okay.
And he was no chill, like really brutal. So I got rid of him because I didn't want a snake that was like mean.
Well, yeah.
And he was mean, like really mean. So I just said, I'm done with you. And I gave him back. I actually brought him in and said, hey, what can you guys give me back for this guy? Because I just can't keep him.
Yeah, not my kind of thing.
Yeah, he was mean. Like I fed him a couple times on, I feed my corn snake, frozen pinky mice and fuzzies. So they're already dead. But
he wanted live.
He wanted live. I fed him a couple live and he was mean. Like he was playing with them.
Oh,
yeah, so I was like, bad. I'm not gonna keep you because you're really mean. So I got rid of him. But I actually bought a breeding pair of corn snakes, and then the male never ate, and he died. It's like something like 5% of corn snakes never eat.
Well, if you don't like your partner, that's one way to do it. She couldn't cook.
It's true. No, but yeah, he was pretty cool. He was pretty chill, and then he died. But now but they say that most corns, because the pet stores teach you, really don't listen to the pet stores. Okay, if you go to the pet store and they tell you, "Oh, feed them this much," don't listen. Go buy a book and read it.
What?
I swear.
No way. No.
Okay.
Look in a book?
Yes.
No.
Look in a book.
No way.
Find out the truth.
I feel like this is a reading rainbow moment.
It is.
Which, by the way, is coming back.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
And or what was the dog? Wishbone. Maybe we should do a wishbone version of this.
Yeah.
How to feed your snake.
Well, they'll tell you at the pet store, because they want to buy feed, to feed your snake twice a week.
And they want you to kill your snake so you'll come back and buy another one.
Yeah. If you feed your snake as much as they say, it will grow gigantic and then die in like 5 years.
Right.
My snake's 10 years old. She's half the size of some of the full-grown adults I've seen that are a quarter her age. And she will probably live to be 20 because I do not overfeed her. I feed her at a reasonable rate at what she would probably eat if she was in the wild.
Yeah, which you should.
Yep. I feed her, like literally, there's been a couple times where I've fed her. I feed her pretty much right now. I feed her once a month. If you tell me I'm doing something wrong, prove it, because she's alive. She's like 11 years old. Yeah. So she's been around for a long time. And they don't need to eat that much.
A lot of snakes don't. That's the thing. Is it depends on the type of animal. Like I was talking to somebody, and it's so funny. I'm like the walking encyclopedia. It sucks. It's great because I have like all of this useless trivia that I can just spout out and make people think, wow, he's really smart. But when it comes to stuff that counts, no. No, so there's like a koala. You know why koalas sleep all the time? Mm-mm. It's because they're eating poison. The only thing they eat is poison. They eat eucalyptus. Oh. Which is poisonous. And they have special enzymes, and I think they have a special stomach or something inside of them. I don't remember exactly what it is, but they have a special organ or something inside of them that processes it down so that it doesn't kill them. But all they eat is eucalyptus. They don't drink water. They don't do this other stuff, I don't think. They just eat the eucalyptus. They get all the nutrients from the eucalyptus. But because it's poisonous, they have to sleep. So they'll eat and then they sleep. That's why they sleep all the time, is so that they don't die from the poison.
I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
The more you know.
The more you know. Bling. That's awesome.
That's your more you know moment.
I do kind of want to get really badly, but I have not. I've not done it.
Okay.
But my wife really wants a bearded dragon.
Ooh.
And I like them a lot too.
You're kind of like a bearded dragon.
Yeah, that's right.
Just get a costume. Have a fun night at home.
My wife loves those. So I've been thinking about getting one of those. And then I really want crested geckos.
Oh,
They're
yeah, dude.
so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
I don't need a zoo. I've already got ferrets and cats and dogs. And
See, I grew up and I had lizards. I told my mom I want some lizards, and she's like, okay, this will be like a 2-year creature. 10 years later.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if you take care of reptiles, they live a really long time.
They do. And I mean, I had a little gecko. I just had a little gecko and another one that I'm honestly not even sure what it was. But I had 2 lizards and they lived for years and years and years. And it was awesome. I'm like, they were great. They were in my room. I cleaned their cage and stuff. Or my
reptiles
mom
are like the easiest to take care of.
Yeah.
People are like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so much work. It's like, no, I clean her cage once a month.
And that's it. I mean, and basically you toss crickets or whatever in it that they're eating. Yep. My lizards didn't like mealworms or anything like that. They had to have crickets. And so I would toss a couple crickets in there and make sure they had water and their heat rock was plugged in.
Yeah. And then sometimes you have to dust the crickets with that calcium stuff. Sometimes. It's like, wow, that's hard.
Yeah. Oh,
not that hard.
Shucks.
Yeah. It's difficult.
Well, so now we have done politics.
Yeah. This is an interesting
politics.
one. We talked about to raising reptiles and poisonous snakes.
Poisonous snakes, raising reptiles, politics, names.
Yeah.
A bunch of crap that shan't be named. We met Cody. Cody came on for a while.
Yeah.
Jim Foo's been on for a while. He said he agrees with most of what we were saying when we were doing the politics talk, aside from teasing with us.
Yeah.
Which we appreciate. Love the teasing. And then he says, well, when you put them on tape so others don't have to read, so you're just a nice guy helping others or making the world more stupid? You choose.
He's basically accusing you, Drew,
of the dumbing down of America.
Yeah, you're dumbing people down.
I am the cause of the dumbing down of America.
Yep. Although, good luck trying to get people to read these days.
Yeah.
Even my wife, who loves to read, is on the audiobook kick. So much.
And a lot of it's time. I mean, really, and I mean, I hate that when people are like, it just makes them time for it. So you want me to make an hour a day for exercise and an hour a day for reading while I'm working 50 hours a week or 60 hours a week, while I'm trying to take care of my family. And the only free time I have currently is driving in between jobs or the 30 minutes I get after my kids go down and I'm sure they're asleep and I crash.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yep. I mean, like, well, how am I fitting all of this in? Some of us that is unrealistic. And like my brother is a great example. My brother and his wife are a great example. And Jim just says, I use the dust on my crickets for my scorpions. So you do.
Nice.
He does have scorpions. He's got a cool scorpion tattoo. Anyway.
But let's get back to scorpions in a second, but continue your story.
So like my brother lives right next to Universal Studio.
Yeah.
He could walk to Universal Studio in like 5 minutes.
Dude, he's lucky.
But he never works at Universal Studio. And so he drives like 2.5 hours to the studio that he works. And his wife is one of the associate directors of UCLA. And so she drives like 2 hours to work every day too. And so they have huge commutes. So they listen to podcasts. Not mine. They listen to podcasts. I know you're getting like, oh, we got not this one. They listen to podcasts and they listen to audiobooks, and that's what they do. Yeah. And it's like, I'm sorry, you're driving 2 hours to 2.5 hours each way. That is 4 to 5 hours in the car on top of working 8 to 12 hours. My brother sometimes works 14 to 16 hours a day.
Yeah.
Because you've got to shoot while you've got it. Now, they're a union, and so there's different regulations, and sometimes they get Fridays where they start later on a Friday, and they do all of the night shots, and they work all the way through until like 3 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday or something like that. And they just do all of the night stuff on that one day. So, I mean, you get all this crap, but you're talking 4 to 5 hours of driving on top of all of this. What free time do you have?
Yeah, there's none.
You're flipping the bird at people while you're driving. You might as well be educational about it. Not like Mr. Bean as he's driving. Remember what movie was that where Mr. Bean is driving and someone flipped him off like, what was that? And they're like, oh, it's the waving. And he just starts flipping everybody off in a car everywhere.
Yeah. I can't remember which one that is. It's a good one.
All right. On to what was scorpions? Scorpions.
Oh, I didn't know there were scorpions in southern Idaho. Did you know?
Yeah.
I saw a picture on Facebook yesterday from Swan Falls, a big fat scorpion.
It's the small ones you got to worry about, though.
Really?
Well, yeah. Small ones have more poison.
Oh, I didn't know. I guess that makes sense. That's how rattlesnakes work too.
Yeah.
When they bite you, the small ones are way more deadly.
Yeah. So,
But are they actually like dangerous here?
I don't know.
It's just really painful, right?
I actually have never seen one in Idaho. I knew they were here,
Yeah.
but I've never seen one.
Yeah, I haven't seen one either. I think
I've
if you
seen
go south
rattlesnakes.
enough and you get more into the, outside region where
He says yes, but they are mean around here. But are they deadly? Are they actually like dangerous? He'll answer in a minute. There's a delay.
a little delay.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've seen rattlesnakes. I've seen brown recluse spiders. I've seen wolf spiders. I've seen black widows. I mean, the spiders and stuff I've seen.
I've seen tons of hobo spiders.
Hobos, yeah, those stinking hobos. Brown recluses, I seem to find a lot of those too. And those are nasty. Those are nasty. But I mean, scorpions, I don't think I've ever seen a scorpion here. Like I said, I know they're here, but I've never seen them.
I want to find that photo now.
Which one? Cheeto Jesus?
No, the one of the scorpion. It was on.
He's the savior.
I'm gonna give them a plug.
Cheetos.
I'm gonna end up giving them a plug by mistake. It was.
He says, yeah, they just hurt the area a little worse than a bee.
Oh.
That, Jim, I love you, man, but I want to go grammar Nazi on you so bad.
I'm trying to look at the photos, but there's nothing on here.
I appreciate the info, but dang.
Where's that?
Tell me that was voice to text.
It probably was.
Tell me that was voice to text. Please.
He's probably typing really fast. I can't find it now. But yeah, there was a photo that popped up on my news feed just a day ago. And
you'll never find it.
now I'll never find it again. But
Facebook's algorithms suck so bad.
Yeah, but it was like oh yeah, couldn't catch many fish over here at Swan Falls, but found these nasty guys here, and he shows a picture of a big old scorpion, and I was like, wow,
Dang.
I didn't know that we had him here.
Audiobooks. Why did you just say audiobooks?
I don't know. Why did he say that?
I don't know. Sure.
Maybe he'll explain it.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure I'll hear from
Since
him.
we've been on the podcast, my company has gotten 8 new views.
Wow.
That's cool.
Thorpe Fire Sprinklers. Plug.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Thorpe Fire Sprinkler Systems in Nampa, Idaho. That's cool.
83686.
That's why I can't spell audiobooks.
Nice.
Oh my gosh,
That
that's
was
awesome.
great. Best comeback. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you. Jim for the win. Everyone.
Yeah,
Jim for
that's
the win.
perfect. That's funnier than anything we've said on the podcast.
That so is. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
If only the timing would have been better.
I know. Oh man, I wish it was really live. Although
That
that
would
could be
be-
dangerous.
There's a little. I mean, there's always going to be a little delay, but
Yeah. I want to find that thing now because I'm like,
All right, but we got to close the show out,
we
man.
do.
We've been on here for a while.
yep.
Yeah, an hour and 45 minutes.
Has it been that long?
Well, plus the pre-show, which was 10 minutes, so an hour and 55 minutes. We've been on for
Wow.
basically 2 hours. Yeah,
That's awesome. We always make it to 2 hours, even if we don't have anything to talk about.
I know. Like, what story do we got? Yeah, we don't got one. What's the music? Yeah, we didn't get music this week either. Drew's been busy.
No classless or no crap from set.
Okay. What movie? Well, we didn't watch it. Yeah,
We'll still go 2 hours. It'll be fine.
It's all good. It's Aunt Honey and Drew. They're gonna talk. That's what you get.
Yep, that's right.
Well, hopefully Cody will message you on some of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
I was talking to somebody. I want to end on this. I was talking to somebody. I'm like, okay, reboots that I would be okay watching. Logan's Run.
I'm not familiar.
I would watch Logan's Run if they could cast that properly. If like Hugh Jackman became the new lead. Oh,
Interesting.
dude, Jason, listen to my podcast. Hugh Jackman or Liev Schreiber. Liev Schreiber would actually do a good lead role in that too. Logan's Run, either starring either Liev Schreiber or Hugh Jackman.
I'm trying to figure
That's
out
what I
this
want.
is.
Hollywood, make it happen. That is what I want.
Okay, I'm totally unfamiliar with this.
Oh, dude, you got to watch it.
Yeah, it looks like I need to.
It's good. Don't watch it with the kids. There is some brief nudity. I don't think it's more than brief, but there's One, maybe 2 spots of brief nudity. But the concept of the show is it's post-apocalyptic. Okay. So it's a 70s post-apocalyptic show, and they're living in a glass bubble, and they have to do population control. So it's like a Hunger Games. But this is this stuff. But instead of doing fighting, you age out. And when you age out, you are dismissed. So it's not like the Hunger Games. It's actually like what is the one where the kid becomes like the learner, and he has to like learn all of the history and stuff. You know the one I'm talking about, where everything's in black and white, but then this kid starts seeing color because he starts experiencing things. You know what I'm talking about? What's the name of that movie?
I can't think of it.
I just watched it not too long ago too. The Giver.
I haven't seen that.
Okay, the movie.
I'm the worst at that stuff.
But it's like that, but from the 70s. And so they have like these crystals on their hand, and it determines how, once they hit a certain age and they age out, that crystal turns red. It turns to a certain color, and it says that it's their time to be disintegrated, basically. And what happens is they start floating in a 70s style, where it's this horrible, like you see a firework blowing up. It's the person disintegrating, right? But it's the cop who's like trying to be nice and help people. He's supposed to age out in a few years, and all of a sudden he finds something awry that goes against what that place is supposed to be, and they know that he does, and so they flip his switch, and so everyone thinks he's supposed to be on the next group to die. And so he has to go and escape, and he's escaping with this girl, and the outside's supposed to be completely poisonous, and so it's their way to try to get out, and they run across. I mean, it's an escaping thing. It would totally be today's genre.
Yeah,
but it was done in the 70s. But I would love to see it with either Liev Schreiber or Hugh Jackman.
Interesting.
I think either one of those would do a great job.
I'm gonna have to ask Alicia, because she read a Sanderson novel that had a very similar, like, post-apocalyptic thing going on.
Yeah.
With and I need to ask her about that, because she has the audiobooks actually, but now we'll have to talk about that, because I actually like that genre. I think I do too. It's a good genre.
It is. I enjoy it. Even when it's teeny bopper, I still enjoy it.
Yeah, me too. That's good.
So, all right. Well, that is today's show. That is this week's show. Thank you guys so very much. Thank you, Antony.
Yeah, thank you.
It's always a pleasure having you in here.
Yeah, it is a pleasure coming here.
So, we have Mr. Schweddy here, and he brought some samplings of his chocolate.
What?
The Saturday Night Live skit.
Oh, no.
Sweaty balls.
Oh, my God.
Sorry. The bad radio, like the radio.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Sorry. I just had to go there. I don't know why. I just did. That's me. So anyway, thank you for coming. And
yeah, it was a good time.
It was. Good times were had by all.
Yeah.
Except for during the politics time, where I'm sure we pissed off 3/4 of the country.
At least.
Well,
98% when I was speaking.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thank you guys so much for listening, taking the time and being with us. We really love you guys and appreciate you. And really, you're the reason why we do this. I mean, yes, we love to just get together and talk. We would do it anyway.
Yeah.
But we probably wouldn't do it on a podcast. So thank you guys. We love you for it. If you love us back, show us some love on the Patreon page. That would be great. It's patreon.com/ClasslessChat. You can also show us some love. Facebook and Twitter @ClasslessChat. Everything we're at is @ClasslessChat. Follow Anthony, Mr. Ant Honey himself, @Delectable Meats. If you have questions on some of his politics stuff and want to call him a crazy loon, go for it.
Yeah, you can. I welcome it. I get it about 90% of the time, so it's all good.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
From your wife. Anyway. Thanks, guys. Here we are. We're signing off. See you next time. Thanks for listening to Classless Chat with your hosts, Drew and Pat. Be sure to listen again next time. You never know what these two are going to say.